Hi, everyone, and welcome to Miss N's actual classroom. It's still virtual, but this is just, I'm just in the school, maybe for the last time. I don't know, which is kind of sad, picking some stuff up. But while I'm here, I decided that I could show you guys real quick kind of how I have the room set up. So that way you can use some of the things we use here to help set your students up for success at home. So, I will first show you kind of the physical setup right here. So you can see the student sits here, and then you can have different things for them to sit on. Like this one is the chair rocks to give them some of that sensory input. You can also do a regular chair. You can do a like a yoga ball too, if you want to. Any of those things would all work to sit on, like a student can stand. In this particular case, the student likes to walk around, so he can go back and forth here as long as he stays in his area. So one of the first things I'm going to talk to you about is, let's see, the schedule. So very visual, right? Everything is set up very visually. So we have a schedule right here. So all we do for the schedule is we have, we'll set up the schedule here. So for, we always start off with dance. So we'll have dance, and then work, maybe. And then free choice, and then work, and then snack, and then work, and then lunch, and then personal care, and then work, and then gym, something like this. And then there's also a bathroom card, so you can, if your student needs to be reminded to use the bathroom, or it's on a schedule, you can put it here. Otherwise, if you have it out, the student can point to it or hand it to you to tell you that they need to use the bathroom. So as everything is finished, so once dance is over, the student will take dance off. But there's now dance is done, so then they can see everything that's coming up for their day. And okay, so then another thing about the workspace area is there are social stories you can put right here. So like this one says, "We have nice hands at school." So if a student were to do a behavior, you could read right away the social story and point to it and have pictures to have a better example over here, actually. So this one, it's just hung right here, right? And it says, "When the student is frustrated, he will pull his break card and hand it to the teacher nicely. He will then get a 5-minute break at his desk." So that's what we call a short social story. And just having that, the most common issue or common behavior with your student, having something like that printed out with pictures, just one page right there, so then you can refer to it if you need to. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that is it for the workspace area. Other things that we have close by are different, like here, so the figure 8 breathing. So you breathe in, out, in, out. So that's a very helpful visual to have. And then another helpful visual is this right here. So we have visual timers that the longest time they go is an hour. So we set the timer, and then once an hour goes off, once it goes off after an hour, we cross it off. And then the next one, hour, and then it's backpack time. So that helps that student kind of keep track of what's going on. Let's see, what other visuals do we have close by? We've got yes and no. So if you're asking a student a question, yes or no question, you can refer to this. Is this a dog? Yes or no? And they can point to yes or no. And then you'll also see we have the visuals, I need space, and break. So just kind of like what the social story said over there at the other student's desk, break. If a student starts to get agitated or kind of move towards telling you that they're done, maybe exhibiting some small problem behaviors, you can instruct the student to take a break. So then once they give you the break card, you can set the timer for 5 minutes. And a break can be either at the student's desk or it can be someplace away from the desk. Like in this case right here, there's a recovery room, which is just, it's not like a timeout room. It's not a good or a bad room. It's just a place that students can go when they need to emotionally regulate themselves. So there's not like any sensory stimuli in there, like nothing on the walls. It's just a place where they can just go and collect themselves and return when they're ready. So yeah, that's the break card. And then when you set the timer, what's really helpful is having these visual timers are awesome. If you don't have a visual timer, that's fine, but make sure you set a timer of some kind. And it would be helpful if the student could see the timer, even just the numbers like counting down, like a kitchen timer or something. Because the more, instead of just on your phone, because the more they can see how much time they have left and they can sense the time is passing and you're keeping track of it, the better they will be able to control their emotions. Let's see. This is kind of just like a super quick rundown. So we have first then cards too. So that goes along with the schedule. So if a schedule is too much, you can break it down into simple things. So you can say, and usually it's a non-preferred task followed by a preferred task. So it might be first work, then snack. Like that. Another visual that we have around is I want blank. These are our token board cards. So a student can pick what they want to be working for, and you want this to be something that is bigger than what they usually get, right? So it's not something that they can have access to all the time. It's something super special that they only get when they do these tasks. So a popular choice is iPad. So he would pick, I want iPad, and then they would have to earn tokens. So once they do a task, they would get a token. And then once they get all 5 tokens filled up, look at that. You earned your iPad time. Again, timer setting, very important. Whatever time you agreed upon, you told them, 20 minutes, whatever, 20 minutes. And when the timer goes off, then we have to go back to earning, and they can work for the same thing or they can work for something different. It's whatever you want them, whatever they're willing to work for. That's actually good. So yeah, I think that's everything about how the classroom is set up. Yeah, everything is just very structured and very visual and very organized for the kids. So hopefully that helps you guys at home a little bit. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm gonna make some more videos, I think, about handling behaviors that maybe will help too. So, okay, cool. Bye.